Chapter 5, Section 4 is about point-slope form, which is the second form of linear equations that we're going to talk about. This is a two-part lesson, so after today you should only be able to do part of the assignment. We'll finish it up on part 2. Okay, point-slope form is just another way to write an equation of a straight line. This one looks like this. The actual equation is y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. The m is still our slope, like we're used to. And this time, because there's multiple y's and multiple x's, you have to be careful. Only the one that has the number by it is where we plug in our coordinate. Okay, this one is the form that you should use if you know the slope and you have one point to use. Okay, let's look at how that works. Okay, so a line passes through the point -3, 6 and has a slope of -5. What is an equation of the line? Okay, since we're talking about point slope form and because they give me one point and one slope, I'm just going to plug it in to this equation that we got back here. All right, so I'm going to rewrite it. So I remember y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. Okay, the only things that we're going to plug numbers in are here for our slope, and then here and here with our ordered pair. All right, my ordered pair, I'm just going to go ahead and label as x and y, so I know where to put those, and then this here is my slope. All right, so this never changes. So I have y minus the y from my ordered pair. So y minus 6 is equal to my slope of -5 times this x never changes minus x1 is the x from my ordered pair. So minus a -3, which means this is really going to be x plus 3. That's all I have to do. I don't have to do any figuring, otherwise it's going to switch it into a different form, and we just want it in point slope form. So done. Second one, a line passes through 8, -4, and has a slope of 2/3. What is an equation of the line? We're still going to use the same point slope form when I plug these in. So y minus the y from my ordered pair is equal to my slope times x minus the x from my ordered pair. Okay, and this minus minus here turns into a plus, and then I'm done. Okay, that's easy enough. Now they're going to take away your slope, but they're going to give you two ordered pairs, and from that you should be able to find slope if you remember from 5.3. So this one says write an equation for the line that passes through these 2 points, 3, -2, and 7, 5. Okay, so the very first thing you're going to do is you're going to figure out what your slope is. And to do that, remember that we do y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1, or really just over. We're going to leave it as a fraction or a ratio. So here's my x1, y1. Here's my x2, y2. Okay, so when I figure this out, I'm going to start with y2 minus y1, which turns into a plus, and then x2 minus x1. So my slope is really going to be 7/4. Then I just get to pick whichever point I want, and I'm going to try to keep not negative if possible, because that always makes life easier for me. And then use that. So I'm going to plug it in. Y minus the y from the ordered pair that I chose equals the slope times x minus the x from that ordered pair that I chose. Now, if you chose the other ordered pair, that answer would also be correct. So that means you could also have the answer y minus -2, which turns into a plus, equals the same slope times x minus 3. Okay, both of those answers would be correct. Okay, on the second one, write an equation for the line that passes through 0, -2, and 9, 0. So here's x1, y1, x2, y2. Since the first thing I have to do is find my slope, I'm going to go y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. So my slope is 2/9. And then I'm going to choose this ordered pair. So I have y minus the y is equal to my slope times x minus the x. Okay, now you don't have to have the y minus 0, you could just have y equals, but this is perfectly acceptable. If you chose the second ordered pair or the other ordered pair, this one, that would look like this. Y minus y1 is equal to our slope times x minus 0. All right. Now, they give you the point slope equation, they ask you to graph it. Okay, now remember, they gave you a point and they gave you a slope. So we need to just figure out what each of those are, write them out separately. Our slope is always in this position. If you remember, the equation is y minus y1 equals the slope times x minus x1. Okay, so I know that this is my slope, 2/3. Now the ordered pair, which tells me where I can put a dot on my graph, would be these two numbers. Okay, now this is just a 2 for the x, because remember that the minus is part of the equation. So my x is 2, my y is 1. So that means on my graph, I'm going to put a point at 2, 1, over 2, up 1. And my slope is 2 over 3, so I'm going to go up 2 to the right 3. And since I can't go any farther to the right, I'm going to go to the left, which means I have to do it opposite, down 2, back 3. And I'm going to keep doing that until I run out of space, which is right there. All right, let's try another one. Graph the equation y plus 7 equals negative 4 over 5 times x minus 4. Okay, my slope is right there, negative 4 over 5. My ordered pair, remembering that our form is y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. Okay, so my x is going to be this 4. My y, however, notice that this changed to a plus. The only way to turn that minus into a plus is with a negative. So this 7 was actually negative, and that's how it turned into a plus. So my first point is going to be at over 4 down 7, which is right about here, with a slope of negative 4 over 5. So down 4 to the right 5, which is way off my graph. So I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to go up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and back 5. And then keep doing it again. Right there. And that is my line. Be careful with these plus. Anytime that there's a plus means the ordered pair had a negative number in it. Okay, one more practice one before part 1 is over here. Y minus 2 equals negative 1/2 times x plus 5. I'm just going to rewrite the form so we don't forget. Okay, so my slope is this negative 1/2. My ordered pair, because this turned into a plus, means that my x was actually a negative 5, and my y is a 2. So I'm going to go back 5, up 2 to start, and my slope goes down 1 to the right 2. All right, that's the end of part 1. You should be able to cover on page 316 numbers 8 through 15 and 27, and then the first 2 on the lesson quiz with just what we learned today.